Yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Now, I got good news and bad news in this video. The bad news really ain't really bad news. It's just more maintenance I have to do to the car, but that's what happens when you have a centrifugal supercharged 2-valve Mustang. Now, I have severe belt slip, and honestly, I don't know, you know, knock on wood, everything. I don't know how I haven't tossed the belt yet, because what I'm about to show you guys is probably the worst case of belt slip and belt tear that you're ever gonna see. No cap. So if you have a supercharged Mustang, specifically a centrifugal supercharged Mustang, make sure you guys go ahead and check this out. All right, so as we go ahead and walk to the engine bay, you guys can see a bunch of black residue on the hood, especially the area right over the supercharger. This is belt residue, and it's crazy. Now take a look at this, guys. This is my belt right now. I am currently missing a rib, what it looks like on the belt, and it goes all the way over the pulley. So, whew, a lot of you guys probably thought I was capping about the belt slip. I probably got maybe 1-2 pulls left, and this thing is going to completely toss it. So, I'm gonna get a new belt on here. Also gonna go ahead and swap the intake to a PI intake manifold and replace the alternator. So I'm gonna do a bunch of maintenance to this car. This car is currently out of commission as far as racing goes, because if I go ahead and take this thing to Mexico, I literally think I have like 1 or 2 pulls and I'm gonna be on the side of the road, and I don't want that to happen. So we're not running the car until we get a new belt, and honestly until we get the intake and the alternator. That's what I really should do. Obviously the belt, I can get that swapped out like quick, so I might go ahead and race it again. I don't know, right when I fix that belt, but theoretically speaking, I should just go ahead and retire the car until I get, you know, the 2 other modifications done. Not really modifications, the 2 other, I guess, maintenance required things done, because the intake manifold, technically, it's just going to stock, because the one on here right now is the Dorman, and we're just gonna go ahead and replace the alternator with a slightly stronger one, because this one is old. This one has been on the car since I had the car in A, and this car has 170,000+ miles on the body. Don't know on the motor, so for all we know, it could be the stock alternator from, you know, when this car rolled off the lot. So that needs to be replaced. This serpentine belt that I have right now, this is a Gates RPM belt. This belt, I'm not complaining about, obviously, the belt shredding, because that's gonna happen when you're pushing a lot of boost in a tiny ass 2.7 grip tech pulley. This belt actually lasted over a year. Like, I had this belt on the car when I first boosted it, and I boosted the car a little bit over a year ago. This is the same belt that I had on the car. So this thing lasted quite literally a year, and I think that's a great buy. I mean, these belts are, they're not really expensive, but they are more expensive than the regular type belts. They're like 70 bucks. 70 bucks for an entire year of usage, and this car has been ran and beat hard. I mean, that's pretty fucking worth it, man. I know some guys who be tossing belts like every couple of months. I had this thing on here for a year, so those Gates RPM belts, I definitely go ahead and recommend them. They've served their job. I had minimal slip up until the past couple nights, and I went ahead and raced this car, and this car is literally on the smallest pulley you can put on this before, like, you cannot evade the belt slip. The smallest pulley I can put on here is like the Vortech brand 262, which there's impossible to not get slip with that. This is the smallest grip tech you can put on this car, which is 2.7, and I had no slip up until, you know, a couple nights ago when I went ahead and ran the car, which I knew that this could potentially happen. I did have a different belt for it, but it was a different size. This is a 106 I believe a 106.3 belt. I'll put the actual belt in the description of this video, so you guys can go ahead and check it out. But this thing lasted a long time, and I'm really happy with it, and I cannot complain at all. Now, as far as the good news goes, ironically, as this car technically goes down, which in all reality, it's not really down, it's just out of the racing scene for like a week or so, my other car is pretty much gonna be done. Now, as I'm making this video, my FRS should be done either today or it should be done Friday and essentially ready for pickup. So I'm super excited about that. I already said that, you know, I was planning on selling the car, but I kind of want to go ahead and experience it just for a little bit, have some fun. Who knows, I might jump into it and fall in love with the car again and want to keep it, but I don't know. I still am heavily, and I mean heavily, considering going ahead and getting into a Cobra, and it's also one other car that I've been thinking about for like months, but I'm not really too sure about that. We'll see. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to go ahead and get back in the Subaru. It should be theoretically faster than the Mustang. It's gonna be on pretty much the max effort it can be for the turbo it does have. It has an 18G Goretti turbo, so there's essentially 0 turbo lag. It's gonna be maxed out. It should make around 400 wheel horsepower, probably a little over that. So it should move out of its own way pretty damn good and have virtually no lag. The only thing I'm gonna be probably battling with that car, as far as, you know, rolling it, which theoretically I shouldn't even be rolling that car. It's just gonna be a little fun street car that I can, you know, take it to the track. Obviously not the drag strip, but, you know, just around the course and whatnot. It'd be a fun street car for that. The top end is probably what I'm gonna have to worry about. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Want to go ahead and give you guys an update on what's going on with the Mustang, as well as what's going to be going on with the FRS. Gonna get this taken care of, get all the maintenance done with this car, because I definitely do not want to be foolish, go racing the car with the belt in its current condition and turn a $100 job into potentially an $1,000 job, because we all know how expensive tows can get, especially if you're like an hour or so away. So definitely go ahead and get all that changed up. I will give you guys an update on the FRS when it is ready to go, done. Like I said, it's gonna be done between literally Tuesday, which is the day I'm recording this video, and Friday. So let you guys know on you know, what that car makes and the whole situation on how I'm gonna get it from Illinois back here to Texas. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video when we're probably gonna go out and run the car again. Deuces.